So I've been working on a feature to bring MLflow into base 10. If you don't know what MLflow is basically this very popular tool to bring and package models into any kind of environment. The idea is once you wrap your model in an MLflow object, you're able to track it, experiment with it, reproduce the results. And so a lot of companies will often use MLflow for a lot of their workflows. And a lot of their models will already be stored in what we call MLflow registries, which are like these storage places for models. And because they're stored there, we wanted to have a method to bring those models from those registries into base 10, because base 10 can really, take those MLflow models and like really augment them into like, the next level of, model deployment. It gives them access to, our entire ecosystem from Truss to worklets to the app builder to everything based on offers. And so the idea was like, let's just add an integration to Truss to allow people to take their MLflow models and then make a Truss with it, or take their MLflow models and immediately deploy to base 10. Yeah, so this is a demo of the MLflow to base 10 feature. The basic idea is you should be able to take your PyFunc and then take that PyFunc and convert it to a Truss. Truss is our wrapper framework to basically take whatever that MLflow object is and turn it into a server. You can also convert a model URI into a Truss. Model URI is just basically a pointer to your model in your MLflow registry. But for this particular example, I decided just to stick with the PyFunc. But check the documentation if you're interested in deploying using a model URI. And so what this demo does is it creates a MLflow object using the MLflow start run, which essentially just wraps your training job into a context handler and saves the artifact into the registry. From there, I load the PyFunc in, sort of simulating the process of, taking whatever objects you have in your registry and bringing it down. And then I take that object, take this PyFunc, which is essentially a model representation that has a predict function wrapped into it, and I create a Truss with it. And the way we create a Truss is we call Truss make Truss, and then you add your model object. You're basically treating your MLflow model object as you would treat any other model. Your PyTorch model, your MLflow model, your TensorFlow model, all of these are in the same boat. So if we run this code, it will create it will train the job, create the model, and then it'll create the Truss. And we basically pointed it to something called MLflow Truss from PyFunc, which creates the Truss. And here on the left, you can see that our Truss is created. We have our, pre-process, post-process predict code, which essentially is a representation of the server and what happens in the server. We have our config. We get our requirements from MLflow and bring it down into the Truss. And then you can use this. You can deploy it in any way that you would use a Truss. You can deploy it to base 10 directly.